Manhwas with strong main characters are generally the ones that can manage to captivate all the readers. And why won't they? These characters are talented and work very hard to surpass their limits. They are also not underestimated by anyone and are respected because of the powers and the skills they possess. So today I will be recommending you all top 10 manhwa and manhwa where the main character is strong right from the start. So let's start a list.
But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Fuck your lies, I'll do what I want.
Coming at number 10, we have Origins. Suijun was a bandit who expelled out of the walls of Gisha along with his two friends. Now he lives in the outside world while fighting monsters every day. One day while hunting monster, he gets in a fight with the troops of the kingdom, but rather than getting help, he gets betrayed and killed by his two friends for unknown reasons. However, rather than dying, he gets a second chance at life and gets reincarnated in the body of an unknown boy 20 years in the future. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is decent. The main character is strong and defeats most of his enemies without any problem. He's selfish and only cares about his own goals. The action scenes are decent, but the pacing of the story is very slow. So try it out if you have nothing else to read. Coming at number 9, we have I Am a Cultivation Big Shot. Lin Yanfin transmigrates into the world of immortal cultivation but with a mortal body. After realizing that he has no hope for immortal cultivation, he decides to live peacefully. But he didn't know that he was actually a godlike existence and everything he made turned into a heavenly treasure. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is good. The main character in a way is too overpowered, but he isn't aware of it. He unintentionally enlightens the people around him and makes them stronger. The side characters are also written quite nicely and the situations they create are absolutely hilarious. So if you're looking for a cultivation manhwa with a lot of comedy scenes, then make sure to check this one out. Coming at number 8, we have Hanlin Jim. Tired of getting bullied, the new transfer student Yonga decides to fight back and discovers that he's much stronger than his bullies. He soon becomes the strongest person of his school, but later he meets his match when Suho Kang, the champion of PvP games, single-handedly takes down him and his crew. Now to earn back his honor, Yonga decides to join the PvP games and defeat Suho after rising to the top. The art of this manhwa is decent and its story is also quite good. The main character is strong from the start and trains hard in order to become even stronger. He is a bit delusional at the start, but he goes through character development and starts to consider his trainer's advice. The action scenes in this manhwa are also quite thrilling and they will keep you entertained throughout the story. Coming at number 7, we have My Senior Brother is Too Steady. After reincarnating in a different world, the protagonist Lee Changshaw decides to become a cultivator. However, in order to survive in this cruel world, he decides to hide his power and trains himself in all the survival techniques. He wished to remain hidden and safe in the mountain until his ascension to immortality. However, everything changes when his master brings in another disciple. The art of this manhwa is amazing and its story is also quite decent. The main character is strong but stays low-key and hides his power from others. He's smart and always plans thoroughly before doing anything and never allows himself to walk into any dangerous situations. Coming at number 6, we have The House Without Time. Liebe was a slave girl who was sold to a master of a noble family. She was beaten by a sadistic master every day and eventually runs away after witnessing the death of her only friend. Later, she meets an old man that lived in a place where time had stopped flowing, which completely changes her fate. This is a very underrated manhwa. Both its art and its story is quite good. The main character is overpowered right from the beginning and doesn't forgive anyone that tried to hurt him or the people around him. Coming at number 5, we have The Long Way of the Warrior. The protagonist Naru was the strongest warrior of his kingdom. However, later he gets betrayed by his master and his kingdom and gets destroyed by enemy forces. After losing everything, he gets sold as a gladiator to the Roman Empire, and now he must do everything in his power in order to attain freedom. The art of this manhwa is average, but its story is really good. The main character is super strong right from the beginning and defeats all of his enemies without any problems. He is also very caring and doesn't let anyone hurt the people around him. The side characters are also written nicely and they help the main character attain his goal. Coming at number 4, we have History of Three States. The protagonist Yeopo Bongxion was one of the greatest commander of the Three Kingdom era. However, despite being strong, he never cared about his subordinates. he gets defeated at the last battle, but rather than dying, he gets regressed back to the past when he was still a rookie commander. Now, with second chance at life, this time he decides to treat his subordinates well and fulfill his dream of conquering the world. Both the art and the story of this manhwa is pretty good. The main character is strong from the start and defeats most of his enemies without any problems. After his regression, he goes through character development and becomes a caring and kind-hearted person. Coming at number 3, we have Duke Pendragon. Ravan Vate was born as a successor of a low-ranking noble family which was plotted with the sin of rebelling against the empire. As his punishment, he was sent to fight against the demons alongside the worst-treated corp of the empire. However, he managed to become stronger and survive for 10 years but was unfortunately killed on his final battle against the demons. But fortunately, his soul travels into the body of the successor of Pendragon family and he finally gets a chance to get revenge on the ones who plotted against his previous family. The art of this manhwa is really beautiful and its story is also quite good. The main character is strong and badass right from the start and doesn't let anyone look down on him. The side characters are written nicely and the action scenes are also quite thrilling. So if you haven't read it till now, then I highly recommend you to give it a try. Coming at number 2, we have The World After the End. After the appearance of the tower, a few chosen humans were suddenly summoned in it to become walkers and were given the task to clear the tower in order to save the world from monsters. However, after the discovery of the regression stone, most of the walkers abandoned the present and used the stone in order to return to the past. But the protagonist Jaewon was the only that didn't return to the past and managed to reach the 100th floor to find the truth about the tower. The art of this manhwa is top tier and its story is also quite good. The main character is super strong from the beginning and becomes overpowered as the story goes on. He is fearless and fights his enemies no matter how strong they are. Coming at number 1, we have The First Hunter. A small portion of the population were given special powers to fight against the monsters who appeared out of nowhere. The one who stood above all the hunters was Kim Tae-hun. His experience as a special force soldier helped him to become a deadly hunter feared by both humans and monsters alike. But a magical artifact prophesizes his death several years in the future and now he must get even stronger in order to change his fate. The art of this manhwa might be average, but its story is just amazing. The main character is overpowered and ruthless and kills everyone who pose a threat to him or his subordinates. The side characters are also written nicely and most of them go through character development as the story goes on. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.